therefore, therefore, therefore.
This word is used to show that something follows or comes from what was said before. It's like saying because of this, or as a result. Here is a sample sentence using the word therefore. The weather forecast predicted heavy rain. Therefore, I decided to bring an umbrella with me. In this example, therefore is used to indicate that the conclusion drawn from the previous statement, the weather forecast, leads to the action taken afterwards, bringing an umbrella.
Thermometer, thermometer, thermometer.
It's a tool that measures how hot or cold something is. Here is a sample sentence. She hung the thermometer in the window to get an accurate reading of the outside temperature.
Thesis, thesis, thesis.
It's an idea or statement that you want to prove or show is true, often written down as a main point in a piece of work. Here is a sample sentence. After completing her undergraduate degree, Sarah spent several months researching and writing her thesis on the impact of climate change on coastal ecosystems.
Thigh, thigh, thigh.
This part of the body is on either side of the knee, below the hip. It's a long muscular area that helps us stand up straight and move around. Here is a sample sentence. She wore a pair of shorts that exposed her toned thigh as she walked along the beach.
Thirst, thirst, thirst.
It's a feeling you get when your body needs more water to stay healthy. Here is a sample sentence. After running for hours in the hot sun, she felt a strong thirst and stopped to drink from her water bottle.
Thorn, thorn, thorn.
A small, sharp point on a plant that can hurt you if you touch it. Here is a sample sentence. The rose bush had several thorns that pricked my skin when I tried to pick it. This sentence demonstrates how the word thorn can be used as a noun, referring to a sharp, pointed part of a plant.
Tavro, tavro, tavro.
This word means doing something completely, with no mistakes or omissions, making sure everything is taken care of. Here is a sample sentence. The detective conducted a thorough investigation into the crime scene, examining every detail and interviewing multiple witnesses. In this example, thorough means complete and exhaustive, implying that the investigation was done with great care and attention to detail.
Thoughtful, thoughtful, thoughtful.
This means being careful with what you think or say, considering how others might feel or be affected by it. Here's a sample sentence. She was a thoughtful person who always remembered her friends' birthdays and went out of her way to get them small gifts. This sentence illustrates how thoughtful can be used to describe someone's considerate and caring nature.
Thrash, thrash, thrash.
This word means to hit or strike something violently, often with a lot of force. It's usually done in a rough or aggressive way. Here is a sample sentence. The heavy metal band's energetic performance ended with a chaotic thrash, sending equipment flying across the stage. In this example, thrash means to move or act in a wild and violent manner, often causing destruction.
Thread, thread, thread.
It's a thin, long piece that connects two things together. Here is a sample sentence. The seamstress carefully threaded her needle with a length of fine silk thread to begin sewing the delicate lace.
Threaten, threaten, threaten.
To say someone is doing this means they are saying or showing that they might do something bad to you if you don't do what they want. Here's a sample sentence. The police officer warned the suspect that if they didn't stop their aggressive behavior, they would be arrested and charged with assault. In this sentence, warned is the verb that means to give someone a warning or notice that something unpleasant will happen if they don't change their behavior. This is an example of how the word threaten can be used in a sentence. However, I should note that the word threaten itself would not typically be used in this context. Instead, you might say, the police officer threatened to arrest the suspect if they didn't stop their aggressive behavior. In this revised sentence, threatened is the verb form of threaten. which means to give someone a warning or notice that something unpleasant will happen if they don't change their behavior.
Threshold, threshold, threshold.
It's the point where something starts or begins, marking the transition from one thing to another. Here is a sample sentence. The old mansion had a creaky front door that was the threshold to a grand foyer with high ceilings and sparkling chandeliers. In this example, threshold refers to the point or place where something begins or enters into a particular situation or space.
Thrifty, thrifty, thrifty.
This word means being careful with money and using what you have wisely so that you don't waste or spend too much of it. Here is a sample sentence. She was known to be thrifty, always looking for ways to save money and get the best value for her dollar. This sentence demonstrates how the word thrifty can be used to describe someone who is careful with their finances and tries to make the most of their resources.
Thrill, thrill, thrill.
It's a strong feeling of excitement or pleasure that makes you feel happy and energized, often because something unexpected or exciting is happening. Here is a sample sentence. The roller coaster ride gave me a thrill as I crested the top and plummeted down the steep drop.
Thrive, thrive, thrive.
To do well, be healthy, and feel happy and strong. Here is a sample sentence. The new garden, with its rich soil and plenty of sunlight, allowed the plants to thrive. In this example, thrive means to grow or develop well and be in good health.
Throat, throat, throat.
It's the passage that connects the mouth to the stomach, allowing food and air to pass through. Here is a sample sentence. After eating the spicy burrito, she had to clear her throat with a glass of milk.
Throng, throng, throng.
This word refers to a large group of people gathered together, often in a crowded or noisy place. Here is a sample sentence. The city square was filled with a thronging crowd of people waiting to see the concert, spilling out onto the streets and sidewalks. In this example, throng refers to a large and dense crowd of people.
Throughout, throughout, throughout.
This word means something happens or is true from start to finish, all the way along. Here is a sample sentence. The company's innovative approach to customer service was evident throughout their entire operation, from initial contact to final resolution. In this example, throughout indicates that something, in this case, the company's approach to customer service, occurred or existed across a wide range of time, space, or circumstances.
Thrust, thrust, thrust.
It's a force that pushes something forward, making it move or go somewhere. Here's a sample sentence. The spacecraft's powerful engines gave it a tremendous thrust, propelling it into orbit around the Earth. In this example, thrust refers to the force or power that propels something forward.
Thumb, thumb, thumb.
It's a small, fleshy part on the end of a hand that helps with gripping and holding things. Here's a sample sentence. She used her thumb to push the button on the vending machine. This sentence demonstrates how the word thumb can be used as a noun, referring to a part of the human body.